Hello, here's my review for the Italian horror classic City of the Living Dead, directed and co-written by Lucio Fulci, featuring Christopher George, Caterina McCall, Carlo DiMaggio, Janet Argan, Giovanni Lombardo Radici. City of the Living Dead tells the story of Peter Bell, a New York reporter investigating the mysterious death of a medium, only to find out she is in fact still alive and kicking. And just before you think things can't get any stranger, they do. You see, dear viewer, while she was tripping out on whatever drug she was on during her seance, she had a vision of a priest hanging himself, opening the gates of hell. If the gates are not closed, the living dead will take over the earth, and all of us, this side of the grass, are toast without marmalade. It's up to Mary and Peter, and later Jerry and Sandra, to save the day. Will he succeed? No, we're all totally fucked. I love Italian horror films. They contain great gore and atmosphere. Looking at City of the Living Dead, it's uneven, like most of Fulci's filmography. By that I mean, there's some great moments, and others that are just plain lame. Let's have a look at the plot. The plot is simple and exists to get the characters from point A to B, but the tension is strong, with the heroes only having a short space to close the gates. When it comes to logic, Lucio Fulci and co-writer Dardano Sacchetti shrug their shoulders and focus more on atmosphere, which works as a double-edged sword. There are moments where characters do things that make you go, why? Just why? And one of the biggest offenses of this lack of logic is how on God's green earth did Mary come back from the dead? When you were buried, I assume that you were mostly embalmed, and you can't survive that. It wouldn't be a problem if we didn't see an embalming later in the film, but according to Fulci, New Yorkers are lazy, perverted jerks who half-ass everything.
It's 5 o'clock. We bust our balls enough. Let's go.
Amen.
Hey, you're not gonna leave her like that, are you?
Union hours. Anyways, what does she care? She's not in any hurry. Is she?
But the lack of logic also works in its favor, helping to sell the idea of an ancient evil delivering its wrath on the small town of Dunwich. I find the ending to be weak sauce, how abrupt it is. Apparently, a different ending was in mind, but rumor has it that someone spilled coffee on the negative. There's also some subplots that go nowhere, like the town pervert Bob who is blamed for all the weirdness. I feel it's a missed opportunity that he didn't get a chance to clear his name and join the heroes. Instead, some not-so-innocent girl wants to smoke some Mary Jane with him, and her father introduces him to a power drill. This dude gives a whole new meaning to overprotective fathers. In terms of heroes, I would say Jerry is the hero, as he does the most. He keeps a cool head, figures out solutions, and is supportive and protective of his friends.
Jack, thank God you're safe, boy. Listen, there's a police car around the corner. Mary's there too. You go straight to it. Go!
Peter comes along because I think he wants to get into Mary's pants. And if I unearthed a girl, and she told me that doomsday was a-coming, I'd believe her conviction. Sandra is useless, as is Mary. Aside from having a vision, Mary just screams her head off. And when they're trying to found Dunwich, she wants to take a break to find a nosh. To me, I'd be like, lady, the whole world's coming to an end and you want to go find a club sandwich? In terms of acting, they do fine. I can't judge it too well because it's all dubbed, but for me, they seem to do a good job. Christopher George acts like he actually cares. Caterina McCall is lovely. Giovanni Lombardo Radici is great in everything he does. I guess my favorite character would be John. He is the smartest because when the zombies pop up, he knows to say, fuck this, life is meant for living and haul ass. And I gotta say, for a child actor, he does a pretty good job, and he's not annoying, and he's pretty decently written. In fact, he's the only one who knows how to fight back. Everyone else just stands there and takes it. Now, on to the technical side. The score by Fabio Frizzi is catchy and atmospheric. Not as good as a score he would do for Fulci's Zombie 2 and the Beyond. Fulci's biographer said it best, Fulci direction is a cross between the beautiful and grotesque. That is to say, he and cinematographer Sergio Salati make some painterly images that are haunting and beautiful, mixed with some pretty gross and trashy scenes. And where Fulci's direction shines is the atmosphere. I love how he shoots the town with the howling winds. My favorite part of the cinematography is how he uses zoom lenses and macro close-ups. As for the zombies, compared to the other inhabitants, they fit right in. Italians, to me, do some of the best zombies. Not even Tom Savini succeeds in making the undead look so gross. There are a few shots where they look like melted cheese or something out of a 60s Star Trek show, but for the most part, they're awesome. The gore, which is glorious, is pretty well done. Like I said, there are some dated effects that don't age well, but that's the small potatoes. City of the Living Dead is a really great zombie film. There are some really cool scenes and some cheesy scenes. A must watch for fans of 80s horror and Italian horror cinema. Thank you and take care. Bye now.